I am Dr. Vance Gilbert, second to last child of Clement and Mary Gilbert of Tabernacle, and I now live in Lodge Project, not too far from where I grew up. In 1998, I was lucky enough to be given a scholarship to study medicine in Cuba, a wonderful opportunity that changed my life and helped me to understand so much more about the world. As much as I value that experience, however, I was eager to get back home. And ever since returning to St. Kitts, I've been working as a medical doctor. As a matter of fact, I began working as a government physician in 2005, and I am now a district medical officer. A few years ago, I was able to meet what I thought was an important need by opening my own medical clinic and business, the New Life Healthcare Center, Doctor's Office and Pharmacy, in the Army Mall, Basseterre. It is extremely satisfying being able to apply my training here at home because I know that in the process, I am making life better for people from all walks of life. I got into medicine because I've always felt that we should live not only for ourselves, but also to be of service to others, to, in some small way, make our communities and even our country better. And so I'd like to take a minute to offer some gentle but important advice for the holidays. I want everyone to have fun, but I want everyone to do so safely as well. It's Christmas once again, a time of celebration and festival, a time when we indulge and often overindulge in a number of festive activities. It seems like the year has only started, and now we are here again. I imagine that we look forward to the traditional foods like ham, turkey, and those delicious cakes, not to forget the alcohol that is consumed, for some, the only time of year, and for the regulars, just another reason, or perhaps the perfect reason to drink even more, Christmas and Carnival. And while all this is fine, it is true that we should enjoy, as we have all had, a hard year where we have worked hard and experienced many challenges. But we are still here, and for this we must give thanks, be happy, and celebrate. But in all our doings, conventional wisdom states it should be done in moderation. So I wish to offer healthy tips that should guide us through a festive but healthy season. So, on the other side of the new year, we can still be, or even be feeling and looking as good as, or better than before. Top tips. Nutrition. A balanced diet is always the way to go. So don't get too carried away with the eating. Remember to eat your fruits and vegetables. And don't overdo the fast food and sugary foods. The diabetics especially must be careful with the cakes. Even though the temptation is great, moderation must be the key. Limit your portion size. Don't forget, you don't want to end up in the hospital January morning with your blood sugar out of control. Some of us will get plenty exercise in the revelry of the carnivals. We must remember to keep our exercise routines, bearing in mind the excess eating and drinking we normally do this time of year. You do not want all the progress you have made over the past year to be dashed away in a few weeks. Keep up the habit. We know once that is broken, it is often difficult to restart. And if you're not accustomed to exercise, now is a good time to start, as you will have a few days of holidays this season. Get a group of friends and start an exercise club. Cycling is one that seems to be on the increase and is a very good form of exercise. And if you plan to live in the band for Carnival, it's still not too late to get in some exercise and try to get your fitness level up a bit. A good jam, of course, is certainly good exercise. Drink plenty water, especially the party animals in the Christmas time. As we revel in the troops and the other parties that go until morning, we must remember to keep hydrated. Alcohol also causes you to urinate more frequently, so you will need to replenish by drinking even more water than normal. Remember to alternate every glass of alcoholic drink with a glass of water. I know that Carnival is a time when we get very little rest, as there is so much going on. I think there was a song a few years ago that said, "From Juve to last lap, we're living on the road." We still have to realize that the body needs rest to function. And so we still need to try and get in at least 6 hours during those party days, and the usual 8 hours on the other days. And remember, it will not break or make you if you don't go to every party or fete. Take some me time and find a quiet area to relax and reflect on the year past and plan for the year to come. Many of us have lived a very busy life over the past year. And as the young people say, take some time and chillax. Plan your activities and don't stress yourself out this season. The things you cannot change, don't worry about them. It's a festive season, and alcoholic beverages form part of the festivities. While I will not tell you not to drink, I say do so in moderation and do so responsibly. Don't drink and drive, period. Get a designated driver. It makes no sense to get drunk. If you are drunk, you miss half the fun. Avoid drinking with strangers. You do not want to wake up in a place you did not plan for, or to have things happen to you that you did not intend. Parties, alcohol, good-looking people, and sex come hand in hand. Remember that STIs, sexually transmitted infections, including HIV, do not have a face, so practice safe sex at all times. Many unwanted pregnancies occur at this period every year. It is much cheaper to protect yourself than to struggle with the pain and complications of sexually transmitted disease, or to have to face the responsibilities of a child you did not expect and for which you really are not financially, emotionally, or in other ways ready. Remember, however, if your behavior does result in a child being born, you must, like a responsible man or woman, step forward and make certain that you really take care of that child, both emotionally as well as financially. All of this should tell you then that the best way to keep your life simple, minimize your stress, and keep your troubles few and far between is to use a condom. At the risk of sounding like a boring, uptight professor, I end here and just encourage you to enjoy and have fun, but use wisdom and do all things in moderation. Thank you, and I wish you a wonderful Christmas, a fun-filled and safe Carnival, and a bright and prosperous 2013. May God bless us all.